is a narrative found in the Hebrew Bible and the Christian Old Testament. It tells the story of a Jewish woman who rises to become Queen of Persia and plays a pivotal role in saving her people from a genocidal plot. Here is a detailed summary. Setting and background. The story is set in the Persian Empire during the reign of King Ahasuerus, often identified as Xerxes I, who ruled from 486 to 465 BCE. The Persian capital, Susa, serves as the backdrop for the events. The book does not explicitly mention God, making it unique in the Bible, but it portrays themes of divine providence and human courage. Main characters: Esther, a young Jewish woman who becomes Queen of Persia. Mordecai, Esther's cousin and guardian, a loyal Jew who refuses to bow to Haman. King Ahasuerus, the Persian king, sometimes portrayed as impulsive. Haman, the villain of the story, a high-ranking official who plots to annihilate the Jews. Vashti, the queen whom Ahasuerus deposes at the beginning of the story. Plot summary. 1. The deposition of Queen Vashti, Chapter 1. King Ahasuerus hosts a lavish banquet and commands Queen Vashti to appear before his guests to show off her beauty. She refuses, leading to her deposition. The king decides to find a new queen. 2. The rise of Esther, Chapter 2. Young women from across the empire are gathered for the king to choose a new queen. Esther, a Jewish orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai, is selected for her beauty and grace. She conceals her Jewish identity as instructed by Mordecai. 3. Mordecai's loyalty, Chapter 2. Mordecai discovers a plot to assassinate the king and informs Esther, who reports it to the king in Mordecai's name. The conspirators are executed, but Mordecai's good deed is not rewarded immediately. 4. Haman's plot, Chapter 3. Haman, a high-ranking official, becomes enraged when Mordecai refuses to bow to him. In retaliation, Haman convinces the king to issue a decree to destroy all Jews in the empire, setting the date for the 13th day of the month of Adar. 5. Esther's courage, Chapters 4 to 5. Mordecai urges Esther to plead for her people, reminding her that she may have been placed in her royal position for such a time as this. Esther risks her life by approaching the king without being summoned. The king grants her favor, and she invites the king and Haman to a banquet. 6. The turning point, Chapter 6. That night, the king cannot sleep and reads the royal records, discovering Mordecai's unrewarded act of saving his life. The king orders Haman to honor Mordecai publicly, humiliating Haman. 7. Haman's downfall, Chapter 7. At Esther's second banquet, she reveals her Jewish identity and exposes Haman's plot. Enraged, the king orders Haman to be executed on the gallows that Haman had prepared for Mordecai. 8. The Jews are saved, Chapters 8 to 10. Esther and Mordecai issue a counter-decree allowing the Jews to defend themselves. On the 13th of Adar, the Jews prevail over their enemies. The day after, the 14th of Adar, becomes a day of celebration and feasting, which forms the basis of the festival of Purim. Mordecai rises to a position of great power and influence. Themes and significance. 1. Providence and deliverance. Though God is not mentioned, the story highlights themes of divine providence and the belief that events unfold for a purpose. 2. Courage and faith. Esther's bravery and willingness to risk her life for her people are central to the narrative. 3. Identity and justice. The importance of Jewish identity and standing against injustice is a key message. The book of Esther is read during the Jewish festival of Purim, a celebration of survival and triumph over adversity.